Welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm Laura. This is a Little Twisted Yoga Studio here in Palmetto. And we wanted to just kind of make a little video to show you from start to finish, if you're not used to coming into a studio for yoga, how's that going to be? Sometimes it can be intimidating, just the management of like, what do I do when I walk in the door? I don't want to feel lost. And I just want to kind of show you step by step in a really slow way. So the first thing that you would find when you walk in here to a Little Twisted is we have a large retail space. And when I say retail, we've got clothes, bags, jewelry, really good smelling oils and candles, all kinds of things. And it's so cool because you won't see any of this in a store. This is a unique, one of a kind. Like do your Christmas shopping early. Whenever we're open, people are just welcome to come in here. If you're waiting your turn for something, you can browse around. This is all available for purchase. But when you come in, probably the first thing that you do is come to the front desk. The first time you're here, you do need to just sign a couple of things and kind of discuss if you need to pay or what kind of plan. There's very different packages and things like that, or maybe you're with a friend. And there would be someone here at the computer. So you would come right up here first and just give them your name and sign what you need to sign. Once you're in the system, it's even easier. You can come right over here where we have a sign-in sheet. Gets erased every time, but just kind of sign in. We do like to keep track of our numbers and who is here for various different reasons. So it's pretty simple. If you ever have any questions about anything, someone's here. Various different helpful people. So just don't be afraid to ask. We've also got little copies of our schedule right here on the counter. So you would come through here, adore the things that you see around you, check in at the desk or sign in. You can come on over this way. We have a little cooler here with waters that are available, I think for $1 if you forget yours, but it's a good idea to bring a water bottle for yourself, especially right now. As I'm making this video, we're adjusting off of the COVID-19 furlough into actual real classes. And so we're kind of like partially having people here, partially virtual, and it's a good thing to have your own stuff. So starting with a water bottle, that would be great. As you come on through here, we've got benches. If you need to wait, like say there's a class before yours, you can kind of hang out here. This is where people might sit and take off their shoes. We have cubbies for shoes as you keep on walking this way. So this is like very spacious. There's usually lots of people here talking and milling about. Water cooler for your own water bottle refill. And so back here down this little wide hallway, these are the cubbies for your shoes. So real simple, whatever. Let's say you brought your purse in, okay? It's always safe. The studio is always locked, by the way, during class, or else someone is here. So whatever you bring in here is safe. So there's that. As far as bringing your own mat, I always tell everybody, get your own mat no matter what. It's just a real good thing for you. Sanitation wise, it's a good investment. I think you might wonder, can I afford this stuff? Do I want to do this? I think after your first yoga class, you won't ask that question anymore, and you'll just find, yes, this is totally, I am worth this to get your own yoga mat. However, we do have several. Right now, we prefer that you bring your own. Our props are kind of covered up right now so that we're not sharing during this time of the virus. We've also got yoga bricks. We've got bolsters. I think we have some sandbags for restorative classes, and just about anything that you would need. So if you forget something like that, or first time you're unsure, once the COVID is over, you'll have all the things that you need. We've also got a changing room. If you come right after work or before work, changing room is a great idea. We have an awesome bathroom, but we only have one. So if you need to change clothes, it's great to use the changing room. And We have an extra sink also, which is just nice for hand washing, right? Restroom. This would be right over here next to the cubbies where once the virus is over, where your materials would be, your props and things. Oh, blankets. Bringing your own blanket, cruddy old, towel, garage sale quilt, something like that to class is a good idea. And when we actually start a little demo class in a bit, I'll show you that. So this is what will happen when you walk in. There's always people you can ask for help. We also have, this is one thing I love about this place, is we have chairs. So we have a couple of chair classes on our schedule that are just chair-based yoga. But you can also use, and people do it quite a bit, a chair for any other reason that you need. Let's say you have a wrist injury and you don't want to put your body weight on your hands or whatever. The chair can be really helpful, or a knee injury or whatever. We can all adapt. In fact, there's some poses that really feel really good in the chair. So all you just need to do is help yourself to a chair, or you can ask for help. So here we are at another entrance in the studio. We had one right over there by the bench, French doors, and there's also this one right back here. So we have a nice, easy traffic flow in this place. Here's the studio as it is right now. We have social distancing set up. So maybe you can see there are blue pieces of tape where you would put your mat, and there's sanitizing spray here, paper towels throughout for you to use. So you're supposed to bring your own mat right now, but maybe you want to clean it, and it's a good idea to clean the floor space around before, and after you do your practice. So we really keep it clean here. Let's see, we have really cool lights all over. That's going to be different for every class. We do have, as we get back to our normal schedule, we have hot classes, and so from time to time there will be things that heat the room, fans that cool the room. Right now we're not moving the air around while people are in here for obvious reasons, but as time goes on you'll see more things like that. Yeah, nice in studio. Comfortable temperature. If you're ever uncomfortable or have any requests, always ask us. So when you're done with class, the instructor, and we'll talk about this too, the instructor will say, namaste, take your time, clean your props off, whether they are yours or down the road you borrow them, and then just kind of take your time putting things back away. So that kind of gets us into the studio. I would love to also show you some basics of yoga, very beginner basics, and some of it even like kind of the language of yoga and the different segments of class as well. All right, great. So feel free to join me in this, or if you want to just kind of watch and figure this out intellectually first, that's okay. One of the most wonderful things about yoga is it's called a practice. And some people make fun of me because I use that word in a lot of other situations. I love it. So in a yoga class, you don't have like a list of things that you have to do. You don't have a certain level that you have to get to. It's all about feeling your way through and finding what feels best for you so that your body can balance itself and recover. It's almost the opposite mindset of your typical workout. So if you are a regular exerciser and you're used to the no pain, no gain, hurry up and push this to happen like I was for years and years, this is going to be very different. And I think it takes practice, but it's extremely rewarding. I mean, instantly rewarding. And that is something that I love about it. So When you come into class, let's say that you did that, and let's say you brought your mat, and you're going to set your mat out, your things right next to you. There's usually some music playing in kind of a relaxing mood, and that's good to kind of keep that going. What I have for myself, this is sort of, it used to be like a gardening pad, but it's for yoga now, and it's not like $12, maybe $14 now on Amazon or eBay or whatever. This is to cushion my knees. Other thing you can do is use a blanket, towel under your knees, but I am really, really loving this. I've been doing this for a long time. I do this multiple times a week on my knees. I value my knees. They are my livelihood, and I can't stress enough to take care of them before you have some sort of symptom or discomfort in your knees. So for your own sake, a blanket or something like this. And this just rolls up in my mat when I'm done. No problem at all, okay? So whatever works for you, but taking care of your knees. This is, I kind of mentioned this before, so we were looking at the cubbies, we're looking at the supplies and the props. This is a yoga block, and these are really common. You might see these at gyms and whatnot. And if you don't have a yoga block, get a couple of them for at home. And they don't have to be, perfect in perfectly good shape, but they're really, really, really helpful. They enhance a lot of our poses. They position the body in a way that just doesn't, when you're just lying there by yourself, it just doesn't quite get it. So it's just a great, great tool. A lot of the things about yoga, poses that people do, your ability to go further into a pose sometimes is limited by the equation of your limb length, leg to arm to torso ratio. For example, if you can't reach your toes, that might mean tight muscles. It might mean really long legs compared to your torso. Okay, I've got really short legs, so I almost need to stand on a step to do it the other way around. And sometimes we use those cues, comparing ourselves to how others are doing a pose, to make a decision as to whether we're flexible or whether we're good at yoga or not. I love props because they kind of eliminate or help out with some of that arm length, leg length, whatever comfort, angling your body in poses. And it doesn't at all mean, there's no stigma. Everybody uses it. It doesn't mean, oh, you can't do this pose, so you have to have a block. It's not like that at all. In fact, a lot of times the block will make it more advanced. Depends. So just reassuring you, using whatever you can, and ask, this pose doesn't feel right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, or I feel like I'm going to tip over. I don't know if I have it blocked in the right place. Please just ask. We love that, so that we know, how to help you. So it's a really great tool, and probably after a couple of classes, you'll get some ideas of what you can do at home, maybe to help yourself sleep or relax yourself. As I mentioned before, water is really important. Maybe not guzzling a whole lot, but sipping throughout class is really important. And that reminds me of something too, that there is kind of a saying about yoga that I say, don't eat within 2 or 3 hours of going to yoga. And for some, I have seen I've seen that be a problem once. And the gentleman went to Olive Garden and then went and did yoga that afternoon, and that's probably not the best choice. However, what I see more of is the opposite. Of people are really hungry. They thought, oh, I'm not going to eat for 3 hours, and then they go to yoga and they start to get dizzy and queasy because they've been too long without food. So don't be afraid to have a snack, all right? Not a big full meal, but have an apple, have a banana, have some yogurt, have a reasonable snack that, is going to digest pretty quickly before you go, so you're feeling good. Make sure that you're hydrated. So just so you know there. All right? So having your things, your little nest of things, of course, it probably goes without saying. We're always, it's great to just not even bring your phone into the studio, but if you do, make sure it's off. Because this piece is going to just feel so priceless for you. So, most classes in yoga, the first thing that you'll do is start with breath work. Sometimes we start lying down, sometimes we will start seated, and I'll do seated right now, so you can hear me talk, mostly. But it starts with breath work, and that's really maybe the most special thing about it. The word yoga means union, and that can mean union, does mean union of a lot of different things. But the breath in the body and the mind, all of that coming together. So your breath, if you pay attention to it, just in little moments throughout your day, your breath is telling you your state of being. It's telling you if it's shallow or you feel like you're not breathing at all, there's some anxiety there, okay? When you're sleeping, it's long, relaxed breaths. So it's kind of like a little speedometer for you, telling you how you're doing. It follows your state of being. What's awesome about it is it also leads your state. By deciding that you're going to breathe in a calmer, deeper, more quality way, you're going to feel better just like that. If you breathe in an anxious way or not at all, you're going to feel anxious. It's going to be, maybe a little stomach upset or something along with that. So the breath can lead and the breath can follow. And you don't notice this a lot, but you will start to notice it a little bit more with some practice. So I'm going to just have us try to begin this for a moment. Wherever you're sitting, maybe you're just sitting at a desk right now, just watching this, not planning to do yoga, that's okay. But right where you are, if you just close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, where it is right now, without feeling like you have to change it, notice what it's telling you. Where do you feel it? What's happening in your body when you breathe in and when you breathe out? And this might seem like a little bit of a boring thing to pay attention to. The good thing is we don't have to pay attention to it very long to learn something and maybe bring an easy, quick change. Find a comfortable pace right now for your breath. Feel it with each breath, just draw a little bit lower, a little bit deeper into your body, right into your core. And exhale a little bit more than you normally would, just a little bit longer. If it feels like there's no good rhythm yet, that's okay. So draw the breath deeper and exhale a little bit deeper. Let your shoulders settle and relax. Lift your heart a little bit and give yourself some more space for the breath. One thing you'll find is that a lot of what we do in yoga is just an excuse to get in more quality breath. And that's okay. That's a good thing. Allow your shoulder blades to rest on your back. Maybe work your shoulders around a little bit. Now, if you could take a before and after before you started this and how you feel now, just see what you notice. And if that's all you did today, and you get up and you jump up and you go on with your day, that's good. That's still something good. Your body and your mind really appreciate this. So this is how a yoga class will begin. A lot of times, in a lot of classes, though not all, the instructor will have you set an intention. Okay? And that can be worded in different ways. And I used to say set an intention, and sometimes I still do. But I found when I take a yoga class and the instructor says set an intention, I sort of panic and I think, oh, I forgot to think of one. I have no idea. I'm just barely here. And I feel like, oh, I've got to come up with something really cool, and then I'm stressed again. So what I quite often say is take a moment of devotion. So if you're going to do this and you're going to focus, you're going to move your body and you're going to breathe and sort of recreate your energy, what are you devoting that to? So it can be anything whatsoever, but a good example might be, you know, I'm devoting this to just accepting what is today. I'm going to let this practice help me accept what is. You might say, I'm really just going to slow down for a while. That's my intention. May this yoga practice remind me and help me slow down. Maybe you want more energy, you want to go in the other direction. Maybe you just want to forget about your issues for a while. Whatever you hope for, whatever you want to feel by the end, you conjure that and kind of bring it up to mind. And if you still aren't sure, don't stress about it. Here's what I say. We devote this time and this energy to your highest good. And just trust that it will happen. Your body and mind are going to work together. It will happen. Okay? And then we begin our yoga practice. And it usually begins quite easy, you know? Well, the whole thing's pretty easy. But, you know, just some basic flow. A flow is a gentle movement like this is a good flow. And the reason it's flowing is because right now we're not holding a pose for a stretch, okay? It's kind of moving with the breath. So usually here's what the way it be. We'll inhale on an upward lift or an extension out away from the body. And we exhale as we contract or come in or down to the earth. That's kind of will come naturally with practice. Don't worry about that, but that's sort of how we'll cue it. When you're lifting, you want to inhale, and when you're coming in, closing in, collapsing, squeezing in with your abdominals, you want to exhale. So we'll start with some flow, okay? This type of thing, just warming. So we want a warm spine in particular, warm muscles, warm joints, and this is it's done very gently. So what we're hoping is that it doesn't feel like an exercise class. So one great thing, and I teach with just English words, and some of them sound sort of almost like a kindergarten class, but I want to be very plain about the yoga terminology. So one of the first ones that we'll do is called cat-cow. A lot of them are named after names or after animals. So what the instructor would have you do, maybe a couple seated things or things lying down, and almost in every yoga class, you will at some point come to your hands and knees to table pose and do some things in that middle range. And that's because you can really work your spine and your core and your hips. Here's where that knee cushioning comes into play. And you can put one under your wrists also, or fold your mat like this if you want to. So cat-cow is just splendid. It's awesome. It's a good warm-up, cool-down, everything. So you just kind of sit here in what's called table. And on the exhale, okay, you're going to scoop up your abdominal muscles and round your back up. And when you inhale, don't hold your breath. Go ahead and inhale. Drop your belly, open the front of your body, and contract the muscles just a little bit in your back. Here's the cow. The breath is important because we always want to exhale when we're contracting the core muscles. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Okay, this is great. Loosens up the back in each direction. So we'll do quite a few of these. It also loosens up the shoulders and hips a little bit. And this is one of those things that we can do in a chair. So you can, you know what, I'm gonna get a chair. I'm gonna show you. And the reason why I want to show you is because this is great to do at home throughout your day. You've been doing work, you've been shopping, whatever. Great for the low back. Hands on the chair or the bed or whatever. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. All right? And not only can you do it with your hands on the chair, you can do it sitting. All right? Exhale, cat. Scooping in the ribs. Curving the low of the back. Inhale, extend away from the body. Exhale into the center of the body. Inhale up. This is probably the best. Like I could just do that for half an hour. Cat, cow is a great. So pretty much every class, we do that in some manner. Okay, and then usually after cat, cow is the golden child of all poses, child's pose. Okay, child's pose, I'll turn my mat a little bit more to the side, is a rest pose. And it is just an absolute favorite. So from here, you just kind of let your hips fall back and bring your head to the mat. So it's like this. And you stay and just relax your back in that very gentle, gentle curve. It's called child's pose because they say that your spine is at the same curvature that it is the day you're born. So it should feel like home. You know, that as we become more upright and we learn to walk, we get a little bit of an S-curve in the spine. But it should be a very comforting pose. What's wonderful about child's pose, it's convenient. So whenever you're tired, you can take child's pose. It's great for the circulation, great for digestion, hips, knees. There are different variations that instructors will show you. So like that's right here. Or if you want more of a shoulder extension, you can stretch your knees forward. And then you can take it side to side. Okay. And then we can even take, thread the needle poses where our shoulders stretch the other way. So from this kind of zone, there's a lot that you can do. Child's pose is always there for you when you're tired. Just know that. And you'll look around if you want, you'll see other people doing, you'll see the instructor doing child's pose instead of something else some of the time. That's okay. All right. The other thing that in the warm-up that generally most of us instructors will do from table is some sort of leg extension, okay? And this is, it might appear to be pretty Jane Fonda-ish, but when you're doing it, it's core, it's balance, it's stability. And we're warming all of that up. So if you're trying to just like say, take your leg out, extend it out straight, and you're working on keeping those hips level and your back swaying, keep it nice and straight, then it's core. Like I feel my core working right now. So that's kind of why we do this. And then from here, it's real easy, quotes, to do things in plank. Okay, kneeling plank is fine. Just for the core, we might end up down here with some sort of Sphinx, Cobra, up dog, back extension. So if you're very new, and then of course after that, a child's pose. So if you're new to yoga, you should know that there are probably going to be a few things that your spine is going to do. You're not used to doing a lot, depending on how your life is. So I know when I was taught, there are 6 directions that the spine can go in. And a good yoga practice should take the spine in all those directions. So it flexes forward. There'll be poses where it extends back. There's side to side, and there is rotation, twist. So just know that that's somewhere, some way, in almost any class you take, there should be all of those directions, okay? The major junctions, shoulders and hips will be warmed and stretched. And there's usually a balance pose too. So it goes a little something like this. We started with the breath work, right? Usually we'll come to some poses in this zone here, the cat-cat stuff. This is a great handy way to get to a lunge. And then we kind of bring it up. So downward facing dog is such a great pose. I want to show you that pose. So child's pose is the handy rest pose. Downward facing dog is right around the corner, and it's a perfect transition from down to up, up to down, forward to back. It's just great. So here's downward facing dog, okay? You're here, or let's say you did a child's pose. You just tuck your toes under, and you lift your hips. Now, you don't ever have to do it perfectly. You know, usually we'll kind of walk out and do this and bring yourself up. But the idea is that your hips are going to be high while your head and feet are low, okay? It's a big stretch for the shoulders. It's a big stretch in the back of the legs. If your heels don't touch the floor, it doesn't matter. A lot of people's heels don't touch the floor. So it's just, and you get used to it too. Downward facing dog is one of those poses that will break. Once you like feel it, and if you don't do it for a while, you're like, oh, I really need a downward dog. Because it literally stretches everything. So this is a good pose. You can even practice this one at home. And the reason why it's handy is, check this out. You can walk your hands back, and then from here, make it up. Sometimes, more commonly, we'll step our feet forward. So let's say you're here, and you've probably seen videos where people hop their feet forward. That's really good. I land like, I don't know, like a duck that was thrown out of a helicopter, kind of. So my favorite thing lately is walk. Walk your feet up. Doesn't matter how many steps that takes. And here you are, and you can do a fold, and you can rise, and off you go with some standing poses. So downward dog is pretty key. Again, the chair, okay? So if it's really hard for you to do that way, you can use the chair. And go do what I'm doing. Do the legs on your mat so to speak. The chair doesn't slide. And an instructor can help you with that too. It can also be done against the wall. And it can also be done with padding under the wrists. And by the way, I don't really want to rifle through my bag real quick, but they make gloves. They have no finger, okay, so your fingertips are out, but the gloves have a wedge of gel right here at the bottom where your wrists are that are awesome for doing yoga. I wear them from time to time. So they have cushiony gloves. If you find that your wrists on your hands are a limiting factor in these poses, there are some aids out there for you. So downward facing dog will get you up when you're standing. There are various different types of classes, but there may be a flow. Again, you're kind of going from one pose, and then your next breath takes you to another pose, and then your next breath takes you to another one. Most of the time, you would hold it for more than one class. You would have time. And so just kind of inquire before you go to class if that's what you want. So I just want to quick show you the 3 warriors, okay? There are 3 warrior poses, and I'm sure you've seen them photographed on a cliff by the sea somewhere. But I want you to just kind of feel like you kind of know what they are. And one of them has a different orientation. Warrior 1 is very linear, yang, masculine, strong, straight up and down. We have 1 foot back. And that foot's just turned out a little bit, not sideways, a little bit like to the corner of your mat, but your body stays stacked, okay? So In warrior one, we're here. Lift it straight up with your body weight in between your front and your back feet. Sometimes there's a tendency to kind of like lunge. Again, if you're a worker outer kind of person at the gym, there's a tendency to be like this, but we're getting a really good stretch. This is the pose that I say if you're on a road trip, you get out at the rest stop to warrior one. You need to stretch that. There's warrior one. Okay? Warrior two. Rather than face the front edge of the mat, your body entirely faces the long edge of your mat. You see my back foot, my front foot stays where it is. My back one opens up. My hips, shoulders, chest, everything faces this. It will be a different wall in the room that you're facing. Okay, here in warrior two. Warrior two is great for various different side openers. Okay, feels wonderful. Triangle pose. I'm not going to go through all of the poses, but nice yin, curvy side opening poses here in warrior two. Warrior one. Masculine, strong. And warrior three, I think I named them out of order personally. Warrior three stems off from warrior one. Warrior three is a balance pose. Well, you start with warrior one and you lift the back legs. So I don't know why they numbered them like 1, 2, 3, what they did, but 3 is a balance pose. Okay. When it comes to balance, most practices, most classes that you go to will have a balance pose in there. Okay. And it's important, and you'll see everybody's different on balance poses. And you yourself, balance is something that I really teach a lot of. I do workshops on balance, and I feel like I'm sharing the fact that we know so little about that. Some days are just bad balance days and you don't know why, and some are good and you don't know why. Okay? One thing that's helpful, if you're trying to balance, for example, here's tree pose. If you're kind of wobbling, step off of your mat, okay? And a hard surface can really help you. The other thing to be aware of with the balance pose is, again, your limb length. If you have long legs and you're trying to do a warrior three and stabilize that back leg, it's really hard. Long leggers are that leg is going and the momentum wants to keep on, and it's going to be harder for you. So again, the comparison to other people, just let that go. Just accept that for everyone, we have what we would call swan poses and slug poses. So, you know, you have a higher center of gravity. A warrior three is going to be harder. Okay? Some other things might be easier, and that's okay. You know, the purpose of it is we're finding strength and adaptation. So if I'm in a tree pose, for instance, I've got, you know, this turn up going on one leg and one leg I'm standing on. My body is like very harshly noticing asymmetry, and it's adapting and it's adjusting and it's stabilizing and trying to level me and align me in spite of the asymmetry. And that means it's finding extra strength that it normally wouldn't. And so balance poses are really good for you. That reminds me of one thing that I should say if you're a beginner. The most common complaint, perhaps probably the only complaint that beginners come back with is my feet are sore for about 3 weeks. You go once a week, about 3 classes worth. Okay? My feet hurt, and then all of a sudden they don't hurt anymore. And you're going to find, you really should be doing yoga in bare feet, I'll just say that. You're going to find muscles in your feet. You've got a lot of them that we don't use on a daily basis. And please don't have any judgment for yourself. What it is footwear. Okay, we want footwear to protect our feet, cushion our feet. But when we get that, we sacrifice flexibility and a lot of the muscles, particularly in the outside blade of the foot and the pinky toe. I call that the balance muscle, long story short. So footwear that's really cushiony, often, if you think about it, kind of observe this, doesn't allow that toe to move. And pretty soon those muscles shut down. They come back though. And when you get sore feet, if you get sore feet from yoga, it's those muscles coming back. It's your arches. When you balance, okay, you are using inside, outside, and all those muscles in between, and your ankles, more than you might think that you would. So it's just kind of like a workout for your feet. And that's a good thing. You might find that they have a lot fewer foot problems when they practice yoga regularly. And in particular, what I have read, downward facing dog, review, this pose right here can be a pose that really helps to prevent plantar fasciitis because it stretches where you feel it, not only the back of the leg, but around the back of the heel and the whole bottom of the foot. You've got your weight kind of stretching the whole bottom of the foot. So I'm not saying, you know, if you already have a foot problem to really go for it and pull some hard stretches, I'm not saying that. But as a beginner, if you feel it in your feet, I don't want you to think, oh, what's wrong with me, and give up on yoga, because it just means like you're finding some of these muscles. We all find muscles somewhere when we practice yoga that maybe we didn't know that we needed so badly. So there's that, and as you work more on balance poses, that gets even better, the core gets stronger. So again, we're kind of flow our way up in a class, starting with the breath, little warm up, downward dog, maybe a little standing flow, maybe some warriors, and there'll be some other poses mixed in, Tadasana here, or mountain pose. It's just kind of standing, really good posture. It doesn't look like anything's happening, but it is if you're stacking your posture. So just some standing poses, and then probably a balance pose, and then we kind of relax our way down the hill again, back down, and class is finished with some relaxing stretches. Now, a restorative class or a yin class generally will stay on the mat and just do those relaxing poses the whole time. That has benefits too. So just kind of ask if you don't understand what kind of class is what. But let's pretend that we just did, you know, like sun salutations is a common flow that you would see in class. You're high, you're low, you're high. I'm going sort of like fast forward. You're high, you're low, but high, but low, heart high, heart low. And it seems like, whoa, with sun salutations, like this is the hardest possible way to do what you just did. You're exerting all this energy way up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yes, that's a warmer. That's a warming series on purpose. So like in a core class, Saturday morning in core class, we'll do some of that. I'm sure some of the hotter classes I don't go to so much. But yes, a sun salutation is a good example. And you can always Google that too, if you wanted to kind of work on that. That's a flow to get you warm, get your energies kind of flipped around, realigned, get you breathing, okay? So it's not in every class, but it's a common thing that you might see. So let's say you did some, warming, heavy breathing, standing flow. What we might do is come back down to mid-zone, okay? Maybe come back down to the mat and do a couple of, maybe some seated twists. Maybe, then this would be like your more typical stretches you may have seen before, like a butterfly stretch, maybe a straddle, whatever was not focused on so far. And we finish on the floor. So this is the best part, and it feels the best. If you've done other kinds of workouts, the cool down is like where the euphoria comes in, because you have been breathing more than you need to now in this moment, and you have an abundance of oxygen, and you don't have to keep kind of working, and you can use that breath to help fuel your muscles as they relax and let go of tension. So that's what's awesome. So the class will end up down here at some point. I like to spend a lot of time down here, like for a twist, a relaxing twist that you would stay in. We might do, it's good to do some things with the legs inverted. Feet up, sometimes feet up the wall, okay? Happy baby, we finish with quite often. And the whole point of it is you're continuing to let go of tension. Your muscles now feel safe. So what you've done is you've shut off your fight or flight. When you first walk in the door, we bring our life with us. And I have to say, walking through the door here, a little bit of that starts to shed just as you walk in. But you got like life, stuff to do. By halfway or less, into class, that's really shedding. You're breathing that away. You're kind of just casting that off. You're coming into just you and your body. And by the end of class, we're really using that for healing and allowing your joints to let go. Okay, stress tightens things up. If you stretch in a stressful way, it won't even work. It will backfire. So it's like psychology, like you have to trick your body into letting go for you. Not really trick, I mean, it's fun, it's a fun trick. But that's what we want. So that's why we put these big relaxing stretches at the end. After you have, done the work, you have burned, you warmed yourself up really well. And when I say, work, it's usually not like fast. Like I don't want you to think that if you're going to necessarily, unless you want that kind of class, come in here and like work out. But let's say you just did the warriors, okay? You're going to be breathing heavy. You're going to be warm just doing the warriors, holding a balance pose. You're going to be warm. So I don't want you to think it's like going to be a hot, pushing fast workout, but just holding the pose like that. It really is quite warming. So we do that. We let go of any lingering anxiety, any lingering stress, fight or flight that's in the joints, and they do hold on to that as long as they can, just in case you need to jump up and run or bear. But once that's gone, we plug in the biggies and we relax. And then after the final couple of big relaxing poses, we have Shavasana. Okay? Shavasana is one of the Sanskrit words that I use. I love it. It's a beautiful word. Translated, it means corpse pose. And I don't like those words, and so I use the Sanskrit. So Shavasana is a very still, very quiet rest. Okay? And if you're a type A person, that might seem a little serious time, forget it, this is stupid. No, I can't encourage you enough. The Shavasana is the whole point. Yoga was invented by monks who wanted to enhance their meditation. They wanted to see that if they sort of awakened their energies, their chakras in their body, if it could help enliven their meditation and make meditation better. And they were right. And that's how yoga started. It was somebody wanting a better mental state. Okay? Somebody who knows a lot about it, wanting a better mental state. That's how yoga started. That's why yoga was invented. It's taken off in all kinds of directions. But I think it's really helpful to know that. The mental clearing during Shavasana is gold. It really is so invaluable. And that's one of the reasons why we also offer Yoga Nidra here every fourth Friday night. The whole class is almost like Shavasana. And it's like several hours of sleep in 1 hour. So in Shavasana is like that too. It's about 5 minutes. But you feel so refreshed, you don't even know where you were. And that just refreshment of your mind. You can be assured that it's not oblivion. It's not like you're not going to remember who you are or live your life afterwards. But what's important will be sorted out. You will be front and center in your well-being, and you will be a lot happier in yourself
And I don't know how to put this, but let's just say your interactions with others will be a world of difference. Traffic on the way home won't bother you. Traffic on the way to yoga, yeah. Traffic on the way home, what traffic? So that's where it's at, is Shavasana, okay? So giving yourself that time, even when you practice at home. And all you gotta do is lie there. If you need help being comfortable in Shavasana, we have the bolsters I showed you, and blankets. You can cover yourself, you can put under your knees, okay? A couple blocks under the knees, you can put your feet on the blocks, something under your head. You can lie on your side, or you can sit up. And I sit up for Shavasana so that I don't lose track of time. But if it's more comfortable for you, you can sit up. The important thing is that you check out, okay? And that renewal is just really indescribable. So, and it really doesn't matter by the time you get up from your Shavasana, any of the things you thought, oh, I'm not good at this, or that's impossible, it won't exist anymore. And that's awesome. And what's great about it is the more you do, the more you practice, the more accessible it is for you, the easier you can do it as well. The easier meditation will be for you. If you're thinking about just toying with that 5 minutes here and there, you can't quiet your mind, try 5 minutes of yoga first. And then have it just be like Shavasana, and there you go. It's like you can't not do it. So I really find that to be very encouraging, because I was the type of high stress, high strung kickboxer person too, who thought, oh, that's nonsense. And I just went, wow, why didn't I try this a long time ago? So that's what we want for you guys. Our agenda here for you is to feel like that, to love yourself, love your life, feel positivity in life, feel better and better. And just know that by giving yourself this gift of yoga that we believe in so much, you'll be right on your path. Okay, so with all of this, I know this was really quick. This wasn't like a little class. I just wanted to show you how classes go. So you've got kind of the basics. We have classes actually on the website. We have some that are pre-recorded. We have, if you have a membership, we have streaming ongoing. Right now we do have a lot of our classes are streamed, and you can come in with social distancing and the restriction of just wearing a couple things. But we're here for you, and we check the website every few days. There's probably something different, something that's evolved and adapted to better suit you. So we really do appreciate you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you when you hear, ask questions, talk to us, let us know. And we hope to see you soon and to see you a lot more. And after yoga is done, by the way, we're done with our Shavasana. Those who are still awake, we sort of gently ease our way back up to a seated position. And we finish with Namaste. And Namaste means the divine in me sees and acknowledges the divine.